Those are wrist wraps, and all they do is they create tension around your wrist. They can help you with bench press and with overhead press. And sometimes they can be used even for squat. And they help you reduce any wrist pain or instability. It also helps you to keep your wrist in position or overbending. But like any other gear you buy, there is some problem. You need to know what works for you. You see, those bands come in different lengths and stiffness, so you need to know exactly what you're going to use it for before you buy. The one I'm currently using is the SBD flexible version, 60 centimeters long. But I went through many other pairs before purchasing this one. I bought many through Amazon or Strength Shop, and I use pretty much everything, and I found this one to be the best one for what I'm doing. When you buy wrist wraps, you need to make sure that it's the right length first of all. So you can have a shorter version of this or even a longer version. Personally, a too short it feels like it moves out of position, and a too long I think it creates too much stiffness. So for my regular training, for my day-to-day workout, I'm using those. And believe me, even though this is the flexible version, they feel much stiffer than any other wrist wraps I used before. I just want to clarify, this is not a sponsored video by SBD, it's just my personal experience about this product. On the SBD website you can find the flexible version. On a stronger version than this is a more stiff version of these wrist wraps, and honestly realizing now how strong those feel, having a stiffer than that, it would be actually a problem for myself. So I'm feeling good about the purchase I made. When using wrist wraps, that you can face a couple of problems. The first one, they lose tension while you actually performing the exercise, and the second one is that this little loop is on the way and it forces you to change your grip. I'm now going to show you how you can use the wrist wraps in a way that they won't bother you during the training. So the first thing you want to know is which one is the right and the left, and that's determined by the way you're gonna use the thumb loop. You can enter your thumb in the loop with the wrist wrap facing in, or you can enter the loop with the wrap facing out. You can do both on the same wrap, so you might have to switch and decide in which way you're going. Whatever version you're using, you're gonna have to give it a flip. Once you flip it, it's gonna give you the opportunity to wrap it on the other hand and create more tension. You want the first lap to be a bit loose and then a bit more tension on the other one. Once you put it on, you can take the loop out, and at this point you can even tuck it in if it's on the way. It's going to be the same if you're doing the other way around. You wrap it, loose one, stiff pull. The idea of the wrap is to actually control how much movement there is left on the wrist, so you won't overbend it and you stabilize it more. So when you wrap it around, make sure that it actually goes over the joint. The only case you might need to change that is possibly when you do a circus dumbbell press. The edge of the dumbbell might end up on your forearm, so what you want to do instead is try to go a little bit lower than your joint, and as you're wrapping it, you actually go a little bit to that point. So if you see, almost half of my forearm has been covered. In that way, the dumbbell will basically sit on the wrap without having these sharp edges in contact with my skin. Oh yeah, and one more thing, don't forget to open these every time you finish a set. It tends to block your blood flow almost completely. So if you are just a general gym user or you do powerlifting, those would be plenty. But if you are into strongman or some really heavy lifting, I would suggest you to possibly go for a stiffer version and a longer version of those. So that will help to stabilize your wrist more and make your forearm a little bit safer. This is just one of the tools I keep in my gym bag. It's a must-have. But if you want to know all other things I'm keeping in my bag, go and watch this video up here. Thank you very much for watching. Lift safely, and I will see you on the next one. Ciao!